Hello, 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 hello. Check 1 2. Checking the sound of the mic. Hello, hello, hello. Looks like we are good to go. Hope everybody is doing well today. As I was thinking about doing a video on this, but I said, you know what, I'm just gonna just stream it. Um, so hopefully everyone's weekend has started off fairly okay. Um, I worked this whole weekend. Work today. Work went fairly well. Busy, but it got me pretty much out of there, and home, back home safely, and ready to just enjoy some rest and relaxation. But let me see. Okay, cool. That'll work. So, um, as always, if you're watching the stream later, you can always leave comments in the comments below of the streamed video, and hopefully I can respond to your thoughts on the subject for today. So yeah, it was pretty much announced yesterday that we had a recast of basically my favorite character of the Ahsoka series, which patiently waiting. We weren't too sure about a season 2, but eventually it did get announced that it was receiving a season 2, and this pretty much confirms that there is going to be a season 2 to come. Not sure if we're going to get any other information as far as season 2 is concerned for this year. I'm believing that we maybe possibly will at Star Wars Celebration, um, because literally right after that is Andor season 2, which I really can't wait. I was literally talking to my buddy about how I'm gonna be like Andor season 2 out with videos, live streams, and discussions and all of that to come. Come April, this coming April. But definitely whenever season 2 drops, whenever a teaser or whenever a trailer drops, we will definitely be diving into that. But this is still uh, uh, good news. Definitely R.I.P. to the homie Ray Stevenson. Passed away suddenly, uh, literally almost 2 years ago, May of 2023. We're literally not that far away from 2 years already. It's just like wow, like it's been almost, you know 2 years already, right? That he had passed away, and it was just with the rumors of a season 2. It was, the hope was that they would recast the character. They, plenty of there were a few actors that many fans wanted, and one of the main ones was Liv. Oh, let me see. Because I actually had a conversation with somebody at work about this. Uh, Liev Schreiber. A lot of fans wanted Schreiber to be the cast, which definitely could see him playing the role. Um, but per what happened over on X, aka Twitter, as of yesterday, uh, specifically Jeff Snyder of the N Snyder, uh, pretty much posted about, um, this specific actor who, we didn't know this information, but there was some other key information that was applied to this story, that this actor was close um, to Ray Stevenson in real life. Rory McCann, which is now, of course, he is more so well known as the Hound from Game of Thrones, which is definitely one of my favorite shows of all time. I'm looking to sit down and rewatch the show at some point this year. I did restart it earlier last year, but I didn't really get fully back into it. But I'm looking to do that again because that is one of my favorite shows, and I'm looking forward to House of the Dragon season number 3 whenever that drops. So, um, per what was announced, like I said, Jeff Snyder of the In Schneider. A lot of whoops, coming off camera. Whoops, clicking so much stuff. A lot of articles and stuff was on this. I decided to go with this one because I felt like it gave at least a bit more information. But I will say more so, I think it's this one here. Snyder specifically put up on his own website. He had pretty much talked about like the fires and stuff in LA and stuff like that. But way down here at the bottom, he pretty much talks about if you are a subscriber to his newsletter, is that you would gain key information on who specifically. But he says down here at the bottom, talking about the announcement of who is specifically the one that the actor that would be cast as Baylon Skoll in season 2, and the fact that also too that there was something key about this specific casting being recast, this character being recasted. Like I said, one, yes, McCann was close to Ray Stevens as a friend, but again in the newsletter, he's from what I heard, per the newsletter here, is that what this specific article brings up is something that a few other articles aren't bringing up. And this is basically what it talks about here, where from the Nerdist, they basically dive into saying that the Hound is coming to the galaxy far, far away. Jeff Snyder of the In Schneider first broke the news, since confirmed elsewhere, that Lucasfilm had tapped Game of Thrones alum Roy McCann to replace the late Ray Stevenson as Baylon Skoll on Ahsoka. The great Ray Stevenson passed away unexpectedly after a very brief illness in May of 2023. That was just 3 months before Ahsoka debuted on Disney Plus. So he pretty much passed away literally May of 2023, literally a month after Star Wars Celebration, which again sucks so much to find out that information, because it was something about a sickness or illness that he had, and he pretty much tragically passed away because of that. And like I said, the focal point of it is that, like, was the character going to be recast? We just weren't sure. That was definitely the hope. But per what the article says here, is that continuing, it says that the beloved veteran actor had starred in countless films, television shows before joining Star Wars. Some of his notable projects included Rome, which I still have to sit down and watch Rome. I still haven't watched Rome. I keep hearing great things about Rome. For me, definitely this movie is one of my favorite movies, one of my favorite comedies. The other guys, glad that they mentioned this here for in this article, because Will Ferrell and Mark Wahlberg were very hilarious, and the other cast members, which include Ray Stevenson in the movie. I think this is the movie that introduced me to Ray Stevenson as an actor. I think the other guys was the one, because like I said, I've never seen Rome. If I had been watching Rome, I would have known about Ray Stevenson sooner. Vikings, I watched a little bit of Vikings, the TV series. I need to get back into it. I think there's like 2 spinoffs of that, but I was enjoying Vikings, the show. Punisher, Warzone, I remember Punisher. And then the Thor films. Well, okay, so then I think Thor was the one that really introduced me to Ray Stevens, now that I'm thinking about it. But he more than made his mark in the galaxy far, far away, as former Jedi Baylon Skoll on Ahsoka. The first season ended with Skoll on the verge of completing a meaningful personal journey. His trip across the universe had huge implications for the Force itself. With Ray Stevenson's death, it was unclear how showrunner Dave Filoni would conclude Skoll's story. Now, rather than write the character out of its story, Lucasfilm has opted to recast the part, and they have found someone with the presence, both in spirit and in stature, to match Stevenson's. Uh, to match Stevenson's. Roy McCann, best known for playing Sander Clegane on Game of Thrones, will take over Baylon Skoll's when the show eventually returns for the second season. McCann's past work include Hot Fuzz, Clash of Titans, Jumanji, The Next Level as the voice of Megatron in Transformers, Earthspark. In 2024, he also appeared in Gladiator 2. Oh, okay, so that's definitely spoiler for me because I didn't see the movie yet. So now I know that information. And Knuckles, and I didn't even watch Knuckles. While he's certainly a fantastic choice for sad, stoic, determined Skoll, McCann has some big shoes to fill. Stevens delivered one of the best, more complex Star Wars characters in years with a beautiful and moving performance. If McCann can capture even some of what we loved about Baylon Skoll during Ahsoka's first season, he will truly be honoring Ray Stevenson. So I thought in the article it mentioned something else specifically, but like I mentioned, in the various plethora of things that have been stated about this announcement, that one of the key things to note, again, like I said at the beginning of the stream, is that McCann and Stevenson were close, so close that they pretty much had a conversation with Stevenson's wife, and Stevenson's wife gave the blessing and the okay to have McCann become the new Baylon Skoll. To me, that is definitely an honor. I believe that he is more than likely, glad to step in that role, in that position, to honor his friend, his lifelong friend, for however long that they knew each other in reality, in real life, outside of the realm of our television screens and so on and so forth. I have seen a plethora of Star Wars fans literally just really open to this casting. More so, I want to say like maybe 90-95% of fans are like, yes, this is a good or even great recasting, and there's a small percentage of fans who I've seen that said that they did not like the choice or would have casted somebody else. And like I said, there were a plethora of names that we have seen over the past several months of, if there was ever recasting, who would that be? Who could literally capture the presence of a room like Baylon Skoll, the character as Ray Stevenson once did before he passed away. Like I said, once again, almost 2 years ago, because time flies so fast. Like, as an adult, you're noticing more and more that time is flying so much faster. A decade goes by really, really quick. When you were younger, when you were a kid, it seemed like time was ever so standing still. When technically, to be honest, it really wasn't. It was just that you had more free way of doing a plethora of stuff because you didn't have so much responsibility in life at the time. But being an adult, has pros and cons. I would more so say mostly cons for overall, because many of us aren't living our passion on a daily basis, living peaceful lives. Many of us are going through a lot of stuff. For me, 2024 was a very, very rough year for myself and my family. Not going to dive into it, but pretty much, we just, as I always tell family and friends, I'll state it here: we never know when we're going to leave this earth, and you must definitely stay humble and hope that you get to see an entire year, let alone an entire day. So with that, I'm truly am glad that Mr. Ray Stevenson did live the life that he lived for however long that he was supposed to be on this earth, and he got a chance to not only be Baylon Skoll, but a plethora of other things to be able to do what he did, and that is be the actor that he pushed to be on the many a plethora of jobs and screens and shows and movies and stuff that he got a chance to grace our theaters or TVs and stuff like that over the many years that he was alive on this earth. And you know, like I said, the hope for sure is that um, Mr. McCann will do his best. I believe that he will do good, because he is to me a definitely a really good actor in his own right. You know, the hope again is that he will be able to capture a bit of the essence of the Baylon Skoll character, because like I've stated before, stated again once again for like the second time here on the stream, is that Baylon Skoll is like basically my favorite character on the Ahsoka series, outside of, you know, Grand Admiral Thrawn, of course. And you know, I just love that character a lot, and I really need to stop playing around and save this money to get this Baylon Skoll figure that I saw online, and as well as a Funko Pop as well. But yeah, so McCann, I believe he'll do good. I believe he'll do really good as Baylon Skoll. And the question for me is, what are the writers going to do with the character moving forward now? What were the original plans? Because there were definitely, are they going to stick to those plans? I kind of feel like that they will, but they may possibly do some little bit of tweaking. That's something that I'm curious and pondering. And, you know, will there, you know, what else is going to happen with this character? And yeah, because season 1 ended with with a door that was curiously closed, and it opened in such a way because we saw certain things at the end of season 1. It was just like, okay, they are diving into something that, you know, we fans have been longing for them to dive into a little bit more, and they're actually making it happen in live action form with the Mortis gods and stuff. So yeah, I can't wait for season 2. I'm looking forward to, like I said, the trailer of anything this year, because I'm thinking that season 2 probably isn't going to debut until next year. If it does debut this year, it'll be later this year, like pretty much like November. That's what I'm thinking, to be honest, because we really don't know. Even though I think they did say that they have, I think that there was rumors that season 2 was already in production. So like I said, if they do push for, and it makes me wonder, when did I'm thinking about it, when did season 1 debut? Okay, so it debuted August 22nd of 2023. So that's why I'm thinking more so November, because usually a lot of these shows, like Andor did, maybe let's see, Mandalorian. See, Mandalorian season 3 dropped March 1st. So that's what I'm saying. It's like between, it's like early summer, early fall, sometimes even pushing closer. So it's like, I'm curious, because like I said, Ahsoka's season 1 dropped August of 2023. So I'm thinking that if they do push to give us a season 2, if say it was this year, I'm thinking more so after August, like October, November of 2024. But definitely spring, maybe, or maybe they would do like how they're doing with Andor season 2 and dropping it in April of 2026. So, you know, I'm keeping my ears close to the ground as far as this stuff. We'll see what happens. Anything that comes to, any announcement that comes, of course, I will either probably do a video on, do a live stream, and or post it in the community tab, whichever comes first. So yeah, I'm looking forward to season 2. I'm looking forward to seeing what they're gonna do with not just Baylon, not just with Baylon Skoll, but with the whole story in general. Which I'm thinking too is also something that I was pondering that I didn't get a chance to do a video on, just because life was kind of kicking my butt last year. that with this season, is this the final season of the show? Because we know that they are definitely looking to conclude everything in this big Mando movie to come. I think it's next year. So we'll see what happens. That's what I'm thinking. Like, Ahsoka season 2 is just the final stuff, and we're literally taking whatever's happened in season 2, whatever how it ends. We're walking into, like, maybe Mando and Grogu pop up and see at the end of season 2 to walk us into the film, to finalize everything. And now I'm even more curious about what's to come after the Mando verse. That's the whole other thing too. Outside of that movie that they're supposed to do 25,000 years in the Old Republic era, there's a movie coming out soon with that within the next few years. So I'm really looking forward to that because I love the Old Republic, love it. So yeah, that's the stream, guys. I didn't think I was going to be on here too long. Like I said, if you feel comfortable with sharing your thoughts in the comments below of the video stream, you can. I just wanted to just share my own thoughts on this stream. I could have done it on the video, but it would have been much shorter, probably 5 minutes or less. But I'm gonna hopefully look to, if I can tonight, definitely tomorrow, I'm gonna look to do a video for the channel for Monday, definitely Monday and Tuesday, as we prepare for Skeleton Crew season 1 finale to arrive Tuesday night, in hopes that we will gain some key information, and maybe possibly that will gain a second season as well. So we'll see what happens with that. But I'm out. Like I said, I'm gonna look to try to work on this video tonight. That way, that'll be one video off of my brain in video form, and I can get that done. Just got done eating dinner too, so that works out too. So that'll leave me some time before I hop in the shower, take a shower, get ready for bed, get ready to go to work tomorrow, because I gotta go to work tomorrow. But with that, enjoy the rest of your evening, noon, and night, guys. Stay safe, stay humble, and as I always say, remember, the Force